Hey guys, how's it going? Been a long time. Figure I'd get this video up hopefully tonight. Got more time on my hands. Recently left the position at my last company I was working for, so I've been on the server more. I've been doing some stuff with RTS behind the scenes, and now I finally get to actually switch a little bit and do some cool stuff. I mean, it's good and bad. I mean, you don't get money when you're working, but hey, you get some freedom, so nothing wrong with that. Anyways, back to work soon, hopefully. But I'm gonna start something here, just a bit of a tutorial on basically Run8 tutorial on kicking cars. We had an update at the end of the summer that I believe fixed there wasn't an outstanding issue with kicking cars. I've tried it a few times since I've been switching. Um, since I've had a little bit of time off. I've been off since probably early last week, and there were some issues before where cars were going in between each other. I know John had posted I thought he had a fix on it. He must have done it. He didn't say it. I didn't see it in the change log, but I haven't had an issue yet, and we've been starting to try a few things here. A couple things I'm going to show you. I'm at US Borax. Well, number one, when you're kicking cars, you gotta know the territory. By the way, I'm no expert. I'm no real railroader. Um, I don't know. In some places, I think it's illegal. I believe, depending upon the railroad, for safety reasons, etc. But one of the things you want to do is you want to know your territory, what you're working. This is US Borax. Now, US Borax is very flat, and if you want to know for sure, what you do is hit F12. Well, first of all, yeah, I'll just do the F12 part here. I gotta remember Kansas City, the car's in between here. I just coupled some cars together, some loads, so I was just gonna start this off here. But right, what you see there is the couple I just made. So there's the couple there, and then there's the air that automatically gets put into the cars. So I'm gonna bleed that air shortly. Maybe I'll bleed the air now. So if you want to bleed air, if you couple up to a consist uh, that's already just sitting there, you just hit the Control F7, and all rail car brakes in train bled is the message that'll come. Now that's a little bit of bunched together there in the slack, that little green there, where the joint was made. So, anyways, getting back to, you get that menu by going through the shift Z, and you can see the various stuff on this. What I want to point out though is this one. I'm going to move down to the beginning of the yard here, where you're starting from. So relatively, when you're kicking, you want to kick basically before your engine actually goes into the track, if possible. Depends. If you're sorting a yard, you want to be up by the throat, but you want to be fast enough so the cars can go into the yard without fouling the switches, but you don't want to be too fast so they don't smash into each other either. The value I want you to pay attention to is the second one. It is the Y value, 739.5. Now I'm on the ground. I'm anchored on the ground, okay? So, see, I tried to hop up. I'm anchored on the ground. 739.5. It goes to 739.4, but US Borax is going to change. It's going to stay at 739.5 throughout, and you're at the end of the track. And I wanted to point that out because some yards, such as San Bernardino, for example, if you're in between A and B yard, there's a crest in the hill. You know that you go up the hill going up to Cajon's, or the Cajon Pass. That a big grade starts at the east end of that yard. However, there's a crest that's going down if you're actually trying to kick. It's a little bit tricky to kick cars there. Mojave's got a big downgrade coming off of Tehachapi Pass that goes down quite a bit. But some of the things, additions as well. Another addition is, don't be afraid to try it now. And I'm not saying it's a simulation, it's also a learning thing. Because if your cars are rolling too much out of control and you don't think you're putting enough brake in, by the way, you should be able to put the brakes in now pretty easily, but we'll try that. what we're going to do is we're going to shove these cars down here. But if they do happen to get to the end of the track, you know, before, if you ever switched Cargills over on Cajon Sub, there's a very, very tricky grade there, and we had people lose cars all the time. That's not going to happen anymore. We don't see bumpers, but there's a huge bumper there, and the train will not derail; it will just stop. So you're not going to lose cars anymore by doing this. So that's a cool new feature. You know, we're not looking for derailments, and we're not looking to lose cars either. So, anyways, let's start the kicking process. So I bled the air. So now what you want to do is set your coupler. So it's already closed. The ankle cock's closed. I want to make sure, like I said, it's all bled. Open the coupler up. Now you might want to go in the air for this, just to give you a perspective. And you want to put your speedometer on if you don't have it on the, if you don't have a rail driver or whatever to see. Oops, where is it? Where's the speedometer? Is that it? Oh, there it is. Okay, mile per hour. So you don't want to go below 10 miles an hour. This is a pretty heavy one for one engine, but and let's stop it about there. And there it goes. Okay, so now it's rolling. So it's probably not fast enough, but you can click on a car now if you want to set the brake. And if you need to set a few more, which you might have to here. Oh, I'm going to release it. No, I'm going to set it. See what I mean? You make mistakes, who cares? Now it's going to slow down enough for you. Set another one. Set another one. You see how easy it is? And I don't think I ran to the end, or did I? Oh, I did. But that's okay, you're not going to lose it. So even rookie me probably should have set it. I never tried actually seeing how good it actually sets the brakes. So usually you want relative control, but a lot of times when you're switching a yard, you actually want it to you want some speed to get it to clear switches and that. So I figured I'd experiment there just to see. So that's definitely at the bumper, and at that speed it would have probably hit the bumper safely, I imagine. Again, if I'm a professional, might want to mention that, and maybe I did that unsafely, I don't know. But the whole object of that was just as a test to, if I brought these cars out normally, these cars were too far out, I could have shoved them way down here, got them at 10 miles an hour. And the other cool thing is you can have 3 cuts if you had say for example a bunch of empties coming in. We got these sorted in box cars, acid, and hoppers. Actually, we'll try something if you want. See how this works. I'll just pause this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab some cars. I'll pause this. I'm going to go grab the cars that are labeled number 6 right now. I'll pause this video and hopefully I'll get that back, and then we can try some more meaningful kicking for spotting cars without having to bring the engine all the way. So I'll pause this and I'll be back. Okay, so anyways, this is probably about the 3rd attempt. I'm still basically trying different techniques. What there is there's 3 spots here at Borax, and you can see it's gotten darker now, the lights have come on. Over at the elevator there, we want to get these hoppers. The acid cars go somewhere along here, and then we want the box cars here. So we're inside the last reverse switch now, which means we can go up to 15 miles an hour safely. So in order to get the pin started, what you want to do is go ahead. Now this is flat, we've already determined that, so we're going to start that one. Get ourselves going to 15 miles an hour. Make sure my cruise control's off. I had that on before. 10 miles an hour switches, but it's flat, so the pin's not going to go unless it was going down a hill. It's faster. Get it up to 15. And then the brakes. So as you can see, it's coming up to the elevator. The theory here, I guess, is that there would be some kind of piece of equipment that would actually move it around. So I don't even know if we even need to set a handbrake here. Now, like before on the other track, we had to set some handbrakes or else we're going to run into the end very quick. So yeah, it's starting to go. We're going to want to stop it, so let's set the handbrake. And there you go. Just like that, huh? Okay. So that's the first cut. Now we want the acid cars. Again, we open the coupler. Release the brake. Not quite 15 this time. Not quite sure where the building is. We'll use this building here as a good place for it. We don't have all the tracks at Borax, I don't believe, so they take the acids in, we just set the handbrake there, it stopped. So that's all it takes. Boxcars, well, they go right here, so we don't even have to, we don't really have to do, it's a waste of time even bothering with that here, so you just want to move it up traditionally. See, by the time I pulled the pin, you'd already be in there.